The Israeli government is now saying that they cannot confirm that babies were in the Hamas attack. This has also led Joe Biden and the White House to walk back the statement that he saw photographic evidence of this. So why don't we take a second to talk about the concept of the fog of war. The fog of war is the uncertainty and situational awareness experienced by participants in military operations. Basically, war is messy and it's hard to know what's what. And military forces try to reduce the fog of war through military intelligence. And you would think that in the digital age, with the internet, with access to phones and all different ways to document things, that there would be less of a fog of war, especially on the ground. But because of social media, it only becomes easier to spread mis and disinformation, sometimes on purpose, sometimes by accident. So where did this original statement come from? After bodies had been removed from a village in Israel that was attacked, the IDF let in international reporters to report on the scene. And when you look at some of those original interviews, some of those IDF soldiers said that there were atrocities that took place and that there were children that were murdered. They do make the statements that there were some, but then on social media and through Twitter, it gets extrapolated that it happened to 40 babies. Although as of now, the stance of the Israeli government is that there have been cases of Hamas militants doing this and other ISIS-style atrocities. However, they cannot confirm if the victims were men, women, soldiers, or civilians, adults, or children. So they are confirming that it has happened. They just don't know who it has happened to. Problem is that before this, many Israeli officials confirmed that it had indeed happened. And this mis and disinformation will do two things. One, it will make people more skeptical and less likely to trust news sources. And two, it will embolden people on both sides to then defend and entrench on their side, saying, well, that's all fake news, that's all misinformation. Even though that there are real atrocities happening both in Israel and in Gaza. Like the music festival kidnappings, we saw that happen. That is all for sure real. And right now, Gaza is out of electricity. They are out of power. People are going to die because their hospitals do not have access to water or electricity. And over half of the population of Gaza is under the age of 18. And as this war escalates with Gaza out of power, the fog of war is only going to get larger. And when the war in Ukraine started, I made a very similar video to this. And with every new conflict that we see in the 21st century, this only becomes more and more prevalent.